In a tragic incident in India, at least 6 people lost their lives and several others sustained injuries after a stampede broke out near the famous Tirupati temple in the state of Andhra Pradesh.
Now, the incident occurred near a ticketing counter during the distribution of tokens for entry and viewing of the deity during a special festival. Devotees had congregated from across the country for a 10-day special ceremony at the Lord Venkateswara Swamy temple in Tirupati town. Around 40 individuals were injured in the stampede and are receiving treatment at a government hospital. Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister N. Chandrababu Naidu will meet the families of the victims later today.
The Chief Minister held a high-level review meeting with the state and district police chiefs as well as the district collector. The executive officer of the Tirumala Tirupati Devasthanams, the body that manages the temple, also attended the meeting. The office of TDT Chairman B.R. Naidu issued a statement saying that the Chief Minister is closely monitoring the incident. The TTD Chairman visited the injured and took stock of their condition as well.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi expressed grief over the incident, adding that the state government was ordering all possible assistance to those affected. Deadly stampedes are relatively common around Indian religious festivals where large crowds gather in small areas, often with shoddy infrastructure and few safety measures. In July last year, more than 121 people died, most of them women and children, when thousands at a religious gathering in northern India stampeded at a tent in Hathras town in Uttar Pradesh. All right, for more on this, our principal correspondent Siddharth MP is joining us live on the phone line. Siddharth, thank you so much for joining us. What is the latest on this?
Well, what we're given to understand is that this actually unfolded at one particular spot. In fact, there were at least dozens of counters where such tokens were being issued. All of these are free tokens, so therefore the crowds had swelled beyond a point at this particular counter. This took place, in fact, at a school. So at that particular location, there was a metal gate, a large metal gate that was there outside the place, and that's where people were gathered. But apparently, when some people fell sick and they were unable to stay, in the queue, they decided, in fact, these people waiting for hours in the queue. So certainly, there are naturally challenges that arise by when people wait as long in queues. And also the crowd gets a little unruly and impatient. In fact, there are also apprehensions sometimes among the people that they might not end up getting the tickets that they were waiting there for hours for. So what happened is once that gate was opened when someone fell ill, many people saw it as an opportune moment to, enter the premises and get hold of their tickets. So this was a spur of the moment thing that took place all of a sudden, because through the day crowds were swelling and reports indicate and videos also indicate that the crowd was getting unmanageable. But what triggered this entire tragedy was the fact that the gate was opened for some ill people or someone who had fallen ill to just exit from the place. And at that time, everyone else decided to throng. And in the resultant pull and push and the kind of ruckus that took place over there, at least 50 to 60 people were caught in the stampede. So as a result of that, some people were trampled over, and this is what led to, this entire confusion and chaos. And as a result of that, we now have 6 people who tragically lost their lives, and then we have almost 40 others who've been hospitalized in different hospitals. We're also given to understand that, different people are in different medical conditions as far as their stability is concerned.
Right, Siddharth. Like you also mentioned that the incident occurred during the distribution of entry tokens to the devotees. Now, this will take place for the next 4 to 5 days, starting from January 10th, when the common people will have access to the deity in a special ceremony. The question now is that what are the security arrangements or the apparatus that is put in place after this unfortunate incident?
Well, basically, what happened yesterday was far, far away from the temple premises. What happened yesterday is exactly at the temple town. You could say it's downhill. You could also say that it took place just close to the bus stand. So what happened yesterday is unconnected per se to the temple, because the temple is where usually security is more tight. The temple is where usually they have multiple passageways and they have, crowd management measures in place. Even when, thousands or perhaps even close to 1 lakh devotees visit per day, they usually have incident-free crowd management at the temple, which is a hilltop shrine. So there the security measures are totally different. But what happened yesterday was downhill at the temple town, where, there are bus stands and railway stations. It was at that place where yesterday's incident unfolded. As far as the temple is concerned, we can be reasonably confident that, as usual, it would be going pretty well in the next 10 days when the festival is underway, because usually at the temple, crowd management has a pretty good reputation over there. But let's also keep in mind that today's review meeting and Chief Minister's visit will also be quite crucial, because he is expected to visit Tirupati and Tirumala this afternoon, that is between 12 noon and 3. And during that visit, we can expect him to review the arrangements and also coordinate with the local authorities to ensure that things will be set right henceforth.
Right, Siddharth, thank you for joining us on the show with your insights on this incident.